Hey folks, Marty Morales here, and I want to talk briefly about the importance of specificity in your body work. And this obviously leads to how we work in the Morales method. And in the Morales method, we have a way of working the tissue that we call the concepts of palpation. And the main way that we work is in directional resistance. So a lot of what we do in our work deals with palpating for a directional tension and working with the directional tension. So uh, that type of work really kind of leads to working in specific tight areas. And a lot of what we do is actually geared towards helping folks deal with chronic pain issues, helping folks deal with some type of condition that may be limiting range of motion or adding, or giving them pain or discomfort. And when we work, in addition to starting off possibly in a broad spectrum of territory and working broadly, when we work, we actually focus in and work tight areas, specific areas. For example, if we were working the shoulder in a frozen shoulder situation, we might end up working, if it was a Morales method structural migration session, we might end up working pelvis and diaphragm and thoracic spine area. But eventually, in addition to broad spaces, eventually we go into tight, specific spots, and we might work in the glenohumeral joint or in the territory where the teres muscles are. And our work ends up being kind of, like I said, very tight, very small spaced. And what we found is that bringing in both of those ways of working and honing into a specific spot really adds to the results. It really helps with the client's condition. So the directional resistance work that I mentioned ends up really kind of shining when we get into working small, tight spots. I believe one of the reasons that is because when we get to working specific areas, we possibly start to affect the mechanoreceptors in that area that might also affect the tissue in that area. And notice I said tissue, I didn't specify muscle tissue or fascial tissue or nerve sheaths or things like that. And that's because it's really difficult to discern what is actually being worked on and where the results are actually coming from. But we do know, because of the way we work, that we're working feeling tension and working with that tension in the form of working directional resistance, and we're working that in a specified space. So that's pretty much it, folks. If you have any questions, I invite you to check out my Concepts of Palpation course. It's a free course, and it really gives the layout of how we actually work in the Morales method. And if you have any other questions or comments, feel free to add them in the comments section or contact us directly via email. And I hope to see you in the future.